going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been a part of the Call of Duty community for a while now, you know the decline that this franchise has been going down, and a lot of people want to put the blame on Infinity Ward, including myself, A lot of the head devs who work on that team are very controlling, and, they always have to dictate which way the franchise is going to be going and what features are going to be introduced into the game, but we can never really, pinpoint those developers. It's just the community rambling on and on and on about how Infinity Ward just sucks nowadays, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it, but we never actually had any info coming out exposing Infinity Ward for all the garbage they have been doing to us over these years. But guys, today is the day we have some juicy info to go ahead and expose. And it's going to put a lot of things in light, including Modern Warfare 3 right now, and how Sledgehammer Games had to fight their way to get anything within this project. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post mostly XDefiant right now, but of course, as Black Ops 6 drops, we will discuss things a bit more. Obviously, we are a Call of Duty channel, but man, XDefiant, I've been waiting for that game for so long. You guys know this, and if you go back and watch any of my content, you know that I've been really craving making content for it, but they wouldn't drop the game, right? It was only like, betas here and there, and it's only so much you could talk about when you get a beta that lasts 2 days, and then it's gone for, a couple more months. But now that the game is officially out and it launched, I have been just diving in and really enjoying the content grind. It's been a blast. The community has been fantastic. So, of course, like I said, if you guys are interested in that stuff, subscribe and hit that bell. And check out my live stream today as well. If you guys want to hop into any of my open lobbies on XDefiant, I host them all the time. And we always vibe out on that game, trying to grind out camos, weapon levels, and just having a blast hanging out with all the homies. So, if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, you want to chat it up with me live and in action, tune into my stream. I'll be live today around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time over on Twitch. Got a link to that down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching me for a while now, you know I already discussed this topic about how Sledgehammer Games was having problems behind the scenes with Modern Warfare 3 because the Infinity Ward developers were, basically Sledgehammer had to run everything past the heads at Infinity Ward to make sure it can get introduced into Modern Warfare 3. That's basically the general idea of things. But again, more new information has come out that worries me for the future of Call of Duty, and honestly, I don't see anything good happening anytime soon, very sadly. Maybe from Treyarch. But, I proposed this question a couple of times before on videos saying, I wonder if Infinity Ward is actually going to change up, if they're actually going to stop making these garbage games that they're putting together and listen to the community advice and put something else together. But no, it seems like that's not going to be the case, even with all the negative criticism. Guys, as you can see right here from the Ghost of Hope, he's responding to a post by Modern Warzone saying just how badly did Warzone 2 set Call of Duty back in the Battle Royale space. I feel like everything since then has been a reversion to what Warzone originally was. And the Ghost of Hope said, "Do not let people know that the guy who was responsible for the failure of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 got promoted after the game's release and is now the creative director of Call of Duty overall, and largely the reason of why Sledgehammer Games was held back on features for Modern Warfare 3, like Bloomberg leaked." Again, what I was talking about a little bit earlier, what Bloomberg leaked a long time ago about how Modern Warfare 3 is going through development hell and how they had to go ahead and listen to everything Infinity Ward said. That is exactly why right there. After the lead director over at Infinity Ward put together such an atrocity that everybody hated, he got promoted right out the gate. Right when that garbage released, this individual was promoted. This is what I'm saying. It's like, no matter how much Infinity Ward messes up, no matter how many times they ignore the community, they are Activision's favorite. It doesn't matter. And it's so funny because Activision is roasting them. They are literally roasting them, saying that Modern Warfare 3 is everything that Modern Warfare 2 isn't. Right? They are just going to town on Infinity Ward, yet and still, they're still getting promotions behind the scenes. They love them. And you want to know why? I'm telling you right now, it's because they still make their own style of game. Whether anybody wants to believe it or not, it's always been like that. Even back in the OG days with the Modern Warfare franchise and the Black Ops franchise, Infinity Ward always made a little bit more of a slower experience, more position-based, and Treyarch was always a bit more aggressive, wanting you to push and flank all the time. And they always designed their games around those mentalities. But they have changed drastically, and Infinity Ward is trying to tap into the milsim realistic tactical style community. That's what they want, 1010%. We actually have a running joke over my Twitch channel whenever I load up body cam, because it's it's a very realistic style game. It's like body cam footage. It's really cool. Again, you guys should tune into my stream sometime and check it out. But every single time we put it on, we're like, this is literally what Infinity Ward wanted to make, And we're joking, right? But I mean, jokes aside, it's the truth. right? It doesn't matter how much we joke about it, that's what they want to make, and they want to tap into that marketplace, and that's what Activision wants as well. They want to balance out being able to please the arcade fans with what Treyarch puts out, and then they always are going to make realistic games when it comes to Infinity Ward, which honestly, I don't really mind if that's the case, right? Because I understand there's a lot of people who do enjoy that style. I mean, it's a reason why these Modern Warfare games get crazy sales every single time. People still enjoy them. The hardcore audience might not completely enjoy because, again, we play COD for a different reason, but there's still an audience who loves that stuff within Call of Duty. So, I'm not too angry about them sticking to that style because, I could bounce right back over to Modern Warfare 3 made by Sledgehammer, or I could bounce back to another Treyarch game, or even Black Ops 6 that's made by Treyarch, if, of course, Infinity Ward chooses to keep that design decision going forward. Not a big deal. But the problem is that it just doesn't end with them messing with their game. It literally expands to everything. Every single freaking thing that these teams do for Call of Duty has to be dictated by these people who want to turn COD into a milsim. Like I said, I don't care if you want to make games like that, as long as you stick it in your own freaking title and leave everything else alone so we can at least bounce back to something else. But these people are trying to change everything about COD to fit that agenda. I say it all the time with XDefiant. People who are trying to criticize XDefiant and try to change the playstyle. Stop playing games and critiquing them incorrectly. You have to understand the flow of what your game is, the flow of your franchise, the style of gameplay people are craving. That must be understood 1010%. And when you go ahead and make, tweaks to it, you have to keep that foundation there. I don't know why they keep trying to change the overall foundation and why Activision keeps pushing this crap, constantly, giving these people promotions, even when the games are flopping. It's mind-boggling. But the Ghost of Hope put out another post here that I think is, really good, and it makes a good point here. First and foremost, he said, I get Call of Duty needs new things, returning things, to market the next yearly Call of Duty release, but it's crazy how many of those features are purposely held back from the current game because the next game is doing it. This even applies to Warzone with the integrations. And then he quote tweets that. Basically what a quote tweet is you obviously post a tweet and then you go ahead and post more on top of it. He quotes it saying, for example, Sledgehammer Games wanted to do a classic prestige system for Modern Warfare 3, but got told no, and then it comes out BO6 is doing that system just a year later for their game. If Sledgehammer Games did it for Modern Warfare 3, then there is nothing to market about prestige in BO6. They purposely delay features. And we all know this, guys. If you remember back to those initial interviews with Sledgehammer Games and they got asked about the prestige system, the look of disappointment on their face is absolutely insane. You could tell that they wanted to please the community with adding in a prestige system, but they were just simply told no. Right out the gate. It's horrible. It's absolutely disgusting. I hate that they literally hold features from the community knowing it would make a banging Call of Duty game, but they gotta hold on to them to make sure that they could still sell the next title. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest problem with the yearly freaking releases, is that you just can't have one set game and build on top of it and make it better and better and better. They have to intentionally hold stuff back to bring hype, because if they don't, hold stuff back, what are they gonna bring new customers in for? It's like, we're just reskinning the game for $60 again next year, but that's not enough. They need to tell us stuff, and the prestige system is that, right? It is that, and you could tell that the Sledgehammer devs wanted to put it in their game. They wanted to, but got rejected. This is why I literally stray over to XDefiant the majority of the time, ladies and gentlemen, because in XDefiant, this game is planned to last 5+ years, 10+ years. Whatever is added into this game is permanent. Whatever changes in this game are partially permanent, depending on how the community likes it, because again, they're very community focused over in XDefiant, so if we don't like it, they'll honestly end up changing it. But the point being made is that if you buy a cosmetic, if you unlock something, if you do anything in their game, if you grind the prestige system, these features are all staying for the long run. You don't have to worry about them hitting the reset button on you every single year that goes by. That also really does suck when it comes to Call of Duty. But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The person who's responsible for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 is leading the charge for Call of Duty's future. Now, again, we can hopefully put some trust into Treyarch to put something decent out, but as long as those individuals are at the top, I don't know what's going to happen for this franchise, and I'm not going to lie, it definitely worries me. But hey, at least I have XDefiant to go ahead and fall back on. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I'll be live today over on Twitch between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. We usually go on for about 4 to 5 hours. You guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.